Welcome to another Stage Analysis video. It's Sunday the 6th of October 2024. I'm going to start today's video with a look through some of the weekend watch list stocks, starting with Upstart here, so UPST. As you can see, made a recent stage 2 breakout attempt, started to come up in the early part of August after what I believe was an earnings reaction there. It's had a back to the 50-day moving average and started to build back towards a near-term pivot at the moment. You can see the local base structure that developed with the spring type action back in early August there. So we come on to the weekly chart. You can see that base a little bit more detail through here. This is where it started to move back out into stage 2 again. So currently it's been going sideways. You can see from the Stage Analysis technical attributes score in terms of its technical attributes for the last 6 weeks, which, as you can see, the 5-week panel here, 7 for every week, which is in the strong range. So anything a 6 or higher is in the strong range. 7 is a good level that we look for, especially when it's moving from a neutral score into the stronger range. So you can see from its sub-industry and industry, currently in the consumer finance industry, that at the moment is in a stage 3 range itself, so it's outperforming versus its sub-industry at the moment, and financials doing much better in a strong stage 2 uptrend for the stage 2 group chart there. So fairly early into stage 2 at the moment, but it's starting to look like it could potentially make a continuation breakout attempt. So for that to happen, we'd be looking for a break above this 42 area through here, potentially start to build its way back up with the 21-day and the 50-day continuing higher through this area. So Shopify, another one that's come up in the watch list multiple times in the last few months, as it had a change of behaviour on the earnings reaction through this area here. Started to pull back into its 50-day moving average again with the test, then back through the 200 days. So it started to make a pattern of higher highs and higher lows, and now making a further breakout attempt as it moves higher in early stage 2. So we look at the weekly chart again on the Stage Analysis website here. You can see the recent pivot break up through here, and we've had four quarterly breakout attempts through here, start to move back above its Mansfield relative strength 0 line. So we've had a few weeks now, so you see it moved above, moved back below, it's moved above more strongly this week again. So we're been on a strong SATA score for the last 4 weeks now, so it moved from a weak to a strong score 4 weeks ago now, and it's now got up to the maximum score of 10 at the moment, which, as you can see through here, it's building since the move in early August back up to the max score at the moment. So when we're in stage 2 type environment, we tend to, so this kind of area through here, we tend to have like a score in the 7 to 10 range, as you can see through these periods. So these are the kind of periods that we're looking to get involved during. So at the moment, you can see just starting to move into one of these stronger periods again. Again, if we look at its sub-industry, it's outperforming versus its sub-industry at the moment, which is still, they're developing a potential stage 1 structure here. It's third in its group at the moment, the internet services and infrastructure. IT services industry a little bit better, moving higher slightly into a potential early stage 2 on that one. And the tech group, it's in a broader range here, so still within this broader stage 3 structure, but sitting right at the top of the range, so could potentially still make a stage 2 continuation breakout attempt here. ARM, next one is from the semiconductors group, so we've got ARM and Nvidia both in the watch list this weekend, again as they tighten up just above their 50-day moving averages. So it's been going sideways for a while now, since all the way back in February here, made the earnings gap move up, didn't make a huge amount of progress after the first few days, started to go sideways, and it's been developing this broader structure. You can see the 200-day moving average has moved within this structure. It's above its 50-day and it's above its 21-day. If we look on the ATR bands here, it's still below the -1 ATR band and the +1 ATR band, but still above the -1 ATR band. So in a completely neutral position at the moment. So we'd be looking for it to break above that +1 ATR level, recent pivot highs, potentially through that 150 area ideally to start to move back out into a potential short-term uptrend, but within the structure that it's in here, if we go back to a weekly chart on this one, you can see it start to break that pivot through here, back through that 150 area. That's where it could start to get interesting and clear through this significant bar range. So where are we? What's up next? Nvidia. So wanted to talk about Nvidia as well from the same group. So semiconductors here. You can see at the moment the semiconductor group was within this broader stage 3 structure at the moment. So Nvidia doing slightly better than the group as a whole in the near term here. It's been leading for a long time and has dropped off over the last few months, but the rest of the group has started to tail off as well. So still in a strong position relative to its group. You can see, what is it, 2, 4, 6, it's like in the top 10 there. So Mansell relative strength is still above the 0 line, and SATA score has moved back to a 7 currently. So still in the strong range, but in a potential stage 3 structure here. Could still make a continuation breakout to the upside. So we're looking for, if we come back to here, on the daily chart, so we're looking for a break above the near-term pivots through here. So potentially, if we can get back through this 130 area, then potentially could start to move back towards stage 2 again. The reason that would be stage 2, not stage 3, then would be breaking a near-term pivot in here, which is a little bit more significant than the daily pivots. So we need to clear a range through here in order to consider it a potential attempt back to stage 2, but could still be considered within stage 3, as it would still be within the broader range. So it would be a borderline case at best, but if it does start to get back through that 130 area, then would be above the plus 180R level here, so would be in a short-term uptrend within this broader range. So coming back to the weekly chart on this, was I going to look on this? You can see how it's moved back from a weak SATA score of 3 all the way up to a 7 over the last 5 weeks, and compared to the tech group, it's been outperforming. Right.